Let's do a trade recap for Friday. If I look funny, it's because I have eye masks on underneath my glasses. We're gonna do a trade recap on NASDAQ and gold actually in the same video because I didn't get any setups on gold, but my TP got hit on NASDAQ. Okay, let's start on NASDAQ. We'll start on the 4 hour. So we basically got this low, this high, and then this indication here. We got a correction, price gapped up on the correction, and it made a head and shoulder pattern at the top. This was supposed to be up here, but we ended up making this area of support. We displaced through that, went to this gap. We had a reaction on the 50-minute, which kind of went up like this, and then we displaced through again. So we had a breaker structure here. We went through the gap and we continued to go down, if that makes sense. We had this head and shoulders, we had a breaker support, lots of confluence. So I took the entry to the 1 hour candle closes down here. This was literally probably like the most confluences that I got, but I think it's because I'm understanding price action a lot better. I'm going to show you on the 15-minute because I feel like it's clearer. You can see a little bit more details. Okay, zooming in on the continuation. So price had sold off here, so that's when price broke out at that support level. It had retested that support level as resistance and continued down. So this is where we got the breaker structure. And yeah, and then once price was below that level, I hopped in the trade because I got a breaker structure here, so I didn't feel the need to find a breaker structure below the level. And then it took a day and a half, so I took it in New York session on Thursday, and then it took till Friday London session for it to close out, and it ended up closing at the perfect point. But yeah, that was my setup for NASDAQ. Let's go to gold. I somewhat missed an entry on gold, which I spoke about in my trade recap on YouTube, but it wasn't an ICC setup, so it's okay. We'll start on the 4 hour. Price broke out of this area of consolidation, went up. It had a little bit of a retrace, found a little bit of support, pushed up again, and then I took this as the low, but it's a little bit confusing. I was basically looking for a buy here because we got an indication and a correction. I was originally using this low, but then when I zoomed out, I was like, okay, maybe this is the low that we need because, you know, I saw this retracement and then I saw this push up, and I was like, okay, when New York session hits, I can probably take a buy up to here, but I wasn't using this low as a low at that point. It was a little bit of a messy setup, but I was waiting for the 5-minute or 15-minute candle close above the level, which I never ended up getting, so I never got into the position. That's 2 days in a row of following my rules and not getting into the setup, even though price action was bullish up until obviously this candle. The setup I potentially was missing was a zone to zone setup. So we had obviously made a high here. It was like somewhat of a head and shoulders, but the lows weren't equal. But yeah, it went up, retraced, went up, retraced, went up, used this area, and clearly it's resistance, and then it broke below. So I could have taken a zone to zone entry like below this level and then sold to this new level of buyers, but yeah, that's hindsight. But anyway, I have a full trade recap on my YouTube.